Thank you very much. I'd like to first pay tribute to Randall Coate, with whom I created 15 beautiful mazes around the world, and also his daughter, who's with us today. There we are, yes. Thank you very much for coming. It's wonderful, Karen. We're going to feature some of his work. I'm thrilled to have so many Greeks come here to teach us about democracy, because this country needs it. And it's a terrifying day. The 5th of November is a day when people have terrible thoughts about our parliament. So please, stiffen our resolve. Fantastic. I'm going to introduce the idea of Daedalus and the beauty of Daedalus. Let's imagine for a moment in the footsteps of Daedalus. And I think I know what it feels like, because you have to go around the world creating strange things, and whatever you see in the book you can't have again because it's been done once before. And you have to surprise people or else your king will kill you. No such danger here. Anyway, I thought let us explore what it felt like for Daedalus to do some of his wonderful things, and let us see how these have been followed in the many centuries and millennia since by many different artists and craftsmen, and the influence he has had, which makes it all the more exciting. And I suddenly realised we're in the middle of London Fashion Week here, and Anya Heinmarch asked me to create a fabric deception, a maze. I don't know if any of you saw this in London a few days ago, but this is a maze I had out of fabric, again, to deceive you. This is exciting. We have these dolphins at Knossos, and this inspired us to these wonderful dolphins on the right, which actually is a maze built in St. Petersburg in Florida, in the landscape, and you actually follow the lines of the black, and it forms a maze to get to the eye at the top. So that was nice. And Daedalus did the lost wax process of turning wax into gold, where he poured the gold in where the wax was. How he did it, putting something in the holes so that the gold didn't spill into the holes, and then washed it out afterwards, is one of the great challenges, because gold's very hot when you're pouring it down the holes. And if to prove it, Michael Ayrton tried this in the 20th century, and it took him 14 attempts before he could cast a honeycomb using the lost wax process. So it's an amazing achievement. Anyway, Mark Twain came with this wonderful thing. Here's Ariadne on the left, using a Labyrinth, a shiny blade, to show her half-brother that he's in fact not a human, he's half a creature. So this is Michael Ayrton's wonderful sketch. I have one of these originals at home. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Mark Twain. I told you we'd bring something American into this. And then Randall was invited by the Lady Falkenberg at the Värmland Sabu in Sweden to create a maze. And he thought the concept of an egg. But then within the egg, we tell the entire Minoan story. If we look carefully, here's the face of the Minotaur and the lip. And here's various other aspects of the Minoan story of Daedalus. This is Icarus and Daedalus flying towards the sun, and one of them having the fateful fall. So, story back to ancient times. Theseus enters the labyrinth. Only way to get in is deception, as ever. So he seduces Ariadne. She says, "You must have a golden thread," and then he goes ahead, and she's betrayed her half-brother, Asterion, the Minotaur. Now, this is a lovely mosaic at the top as a Roman mosaic, and then I used this in 1997 at the Norton Museum of Art in West Palm Beach to create a complete maze pavement, 6 feet long, with a pattern here and a pattern here, and then the paths get wider like a magnifying glass towards the middle, and then we have Theseus killing the Minotaur. So that's been quite exciting. Reaching for the sky. We all love heights, don't we? Daedalus will have been excited by the height. Now here's the Tower of Babel with a maze underneath. I mean, we can see films of the future coming out of this, and a lovely idea of a Tower of Babel here being built. So what is it about height and follies? Well, the one on the left is a tower I built in Dubai. It's 600 feet high as a maze up the side. It's a world record. And this is the design of the tower we built in Ningbo in China. This is the internal and external sections. And this is one I did in, that was Blenheim Palace, and this is a maze we built in northern Italy. Again, it's wonderful to fly. And the first maze in Crete for 3,700 years. This is Labyrinth Park in Crete, with on the left a panel maze, and on the right a mirror maze. And here we have at the bottom here, we have Panos and Mary Kay and myself. This was opening the maze, and we had television coverage, and we had the Archbishop of Crete. What a lovely man. I was thrilled. There's a chapel there that they built in the grounds of the park. And she's the first person since King Minos to create a maze in Crete. Fabulous. And when I asked the Archbishop about this, he said, it's so exciting to be here. This is the future for our young people, tourism, welcoming people, sharing our heritage. You can take factories and manufacturing somewhere else, but this is something Crete can always remain unique for, is to have our living livelihoods and culture kept alive. Impossible Worlds of Mirror Mazes, Escher, look at this sort of thing, leading to the movie of Labyrinth with David Bowie. So the inspirations are numerous. George Louis Borges, I leave to various future times, but not to all, my garden of forking paths. Some of those moving writing in language from this South American writer. And I finally leave you with the words of J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. And in the footsteps of Daedalus, this is the grave of Michael Ayrton in Hadstock Churchyard in England. This is the design of the bronze design of the Arkville maze he created in New York State. So the final thing I'm going to show you is a flight of fancy, because I think this is where flights of fancy go wonderfully well. Imagine you had the opportunity to do what Daedalus could never have done. Here we go. This is my garden in England, flying away from my tower, and gradually the entire landscape opens out from your wings above. And this was done without any risk of wax wings whatsoever. So fortunately I came back to tell the tale. So that is my little village in England where I create my various mazes, and we have people from all over the world come to talk to us about building their own projects. So in the spirit of Daedalus, thank you very much indeed. You left some big fat footprints.